to the program once again. We're here on this auspicious occasion with our we have 5 people on the panel tonight, which is quite unusual because we normally have 4, don't we? There's 4 people normally, but we've brought in there's some ring-ins here, we've brought in some extras because tonight, other than that, what is that?
What is what?
That noise.
I don't hear nothing.
Okay, fine. We have here Charlie. Good evening to you, Charlie.
How you going?
Over there we have Jonesy.
Hello, mate.
Good, mate.
How are you, viewers?
That's right. And Giuseppe here.
G'day, how you going?
Once again, we've got our esteemed panellist, and can everybody hear that?
That's a chopper.
That is the police helicopter. Viewers, the police helicopter is actually hovering overhead.
They're dropping me off. I spent the night in jail.
That's right. I was going to say, the voice, are you up there?
Yes, I am. I had a bit of a bad night last night. They're dropping me off.
I was going to say,
show.
Could you see the copter up there?
I did.
The hockey copter. And right next to me here, I have the very, very esteemed and talented RJ. RJ, good evening and welcome to the show.
Good evening.
RJ is here to discuss a number of topics, and I'm just going to let the viewers know that tonight the information that could come across in the show could prove deadly, and I want the viewers I don't want anyone to try any of this stuff at home because this is serious, isn't it, Charlie?
It's very serious.
It's very serious. It's very serious that we don't want the viewers to try any of this stuff at home. Anything that you hear on the show remains on the show, and obviously, if people want to pursue this further, then we can't be held liable for
any of the
for good. That's exactly right. Any of the accidents that may occur thereunto. So, without further ado, I will ask RJ here to just tell us a bit about yourself. What do you do? I mean, what do you do during the day?
Oh, I'm into weird science, arcs and spikes.
Arcs and spikes. And if you look over there and you look at Jonesy, viewers, and you see somebody that you believe may have not a whole lot of brains, and but Jonesy is quite adept at some of these topics.
IQ of 2.
I guess if you study weird science, he'd probably be the sort of thing that you would study, isn't he, Jonesy?
Well, how come he's got so much paperwork? That's what I'm worried about. I mean, have you actually read any of that to,
Absolutely.
come up with all? Oh, okay. Then we're in trouble.
Okay. RJ, what you want to tell us a bit about, first of all, viewers, RJ wants to tell us a bit about light.
Yes, the light, physics believes that light is both particle and a wave, and I think there's no reason to have this dilemma because...
You think it's a dilemma?
I think it's a dilemma in science.
Charlie?
Is it like the lights on but no one's home? I mean...
No, I understand. Okay, so...
Like in your head.
Yes.
Light is both a particle and a wave.
I think it's a wave because...
When you say particle, you're talking about like a matter.
Tiny little...
An atom?
That's interesting, isn't it, viewers? Whether light could be actually a physical substance. Has anybody actually thought of that? No?
I don't do a lot of thinking, to tell you the truth, very often.
Okay, yep.
Just looking at the shape of an average antenna on your portable radio, it's obviously a device which is not designed to emit or receive particles. It's clearly there to receive a wave, an oscillation of a certain dimension. And,
okay.
For that reason, I'm convinced it's a wave. Now,
before you go on, Giuseppe was just about to say something there.
Oh,
no, I was trying... Yeah, no, go on.
No, you're stuck for words?
I'm stuck for words.
You're absolutely captivated.
I am. I'm blown away by what he's saying. I'm actually sucking it all in. And
Don't let it out. It'll smell.
yes, but no, go right ahead. Go.
Okay.
Continue on.
Continue.
okay, so...
Can I ask, what does RJ... why did your parents call you RJ?
Well, it's because they've been playing with the connectors, the RJ45s, and that's...
Could be called Nazi.
Okay, this is true. Look,
RCA could have been.
a lot of the viewers at home, and not taking anything away from the viewers, are morons. and don't know a lot about what RJ connectors and those sort of things are. So, unlike us, we're also morons, and that's why we attract viewers that are also morons. So, if you're sitting out there watching the show, then you are a moron.
It could be.
Welcome to the club.
You enjoy no life. Continue on.
All right. So
Please don't let us interrupt you.
so
Thank you, Mr. McGillicuddy.
light being a wave, then it has to, for light to travel through space, it has to travel through something. A wave has to make an oscillation in a substance.
Okay. It's blowing a gale out there.
Somebody
I hope she doesn't mind.
Shit out the back.
Okay.
And so, for light to travel through space at the speed of light, which is 299 million meters per second, or
Wasn't it 1.21 gigawatts? Oh no, that
Like a
was,
gigolo?
oh, that was Back to the Future. Sorry. There's this movie I saw. It's a fantastic movie. It's
it
about
is.
time travel. Have you seen that movie actually?
I have.
It's called Back to the Future. The Voice. Have you seen that?
Yes, I have. It's called a time warp.
The Back to the Future, where they what they did is with the flux capacitor. Sorry to get off the track, but because you're mentioning such very high frequencies and voltages, that some of the viewers would identify with Michael J. Fox and the Doc. And would you identify with that?
The DeLorean?
See, now we're starting to get people going on this.
Do you think
thing,
this, the
right?
theory
You have to
behind
relate everything to movies, or else Charlie here, he had no idea.
Well, the morons that are watching couldn't understand.
do you think that the theory behind the flux capacitor was a sound theory? Do you think that could actually work?
No.
We just broke out.
Oh,
No, why not?
you know, I haven't felt like this since people told me Santa wasn't real.
What are you
talking about?
Where's me bike?
I'm devastated.
I've unwrapped all this other shit and there's nothing I like.
I think
Oh, that's all.
Not putting any
The flux capacitor.
no.
I know what you're thinking. You want to get back to your notes, but we're going to get back to those
Okay,
notes
okay, no.
any second now. See, I see there's many numbers there that
I
need to
can
be
see
covered.
how the flux capacitor could work. It proved, yeah.
How could that work? The flux capacitor. What is a flux capacitor?
It inverts.
A capacitor, for starters, is a device for storing energy.
Well,
correct.
in the movie, they probably assuming that time is a flux, and then you're storing that flux.
How do you spell it?
How do you spell it?
FLUX.
No, I'm up here.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, there you are. Of course you are.
Sorry about that. The voice. Our special
Train
guests are not
when
attuned to
when
the.
they come on the show, will you?
That's right. So that theory with the flux capacitor, that couldn't have worked.
I don't think it could have worked. No.
Okay, so Michael J. Fox is a liar.
Watch it.
You've heard it now on there.
If you remember the original Time Machine, right, he did it on this like machine with a couple of wheels on it.
They had a big-
DeLorean.
they had like a
Actually,
wheel of
drive
fortune
away and
on
go into time. I mean, you want to sit there and just
Don't
move the
go,
handle,
Michael.
move the handle back to 1844 and then go to 1844.
But why would you have to go to 88 miles an hour? What is the significance of taking the time machine to 88 miles an hour before the flux capacitor can kick in and
88,
go off?
two fat ladies.
What was that all about?
Have you even studied
No idea.
Einstein's theory of relativity?
That's right. No, but I'm sure RJ has. Have you?
I have, yeah.
Of course.
Is that,
Can we
something,
call him
silly of me.
BMC?
is that something to do with Pythagoras' theorem?
No.
No. Okay, all right. Now we continue on.
So, time travel. Well, if you have a clock, and it has been found that if you take a clock very high up, like on the top of Mount Everest, it will actually run slower than the clock that's buried deep under the ocean.
I don't know about that. Like my digital watch.
That's because it's cold and it freezes up.
What
Yeah,
about a digital watch though? How can you take that up?
The same,
Same thing.
the same thing. So now, in the light of in the light of this information, if we have a clock and we want to change the time that it's in, we would have to affect it in some way to change the rate that it's ticking.
That's
Okay,
easy.
yeah.
You just hit it with a bloody hammer and it stops ticking altogether.
Not,
I've
not
heard that-
distractively.
I've heard that clocks taken around to your place stop, and fish, women, birds, dogs.
Cats.
Sorry.
So what is the difference between closer to the center of the Earth compared to the upper atmosphere where the clocks run slower.
And the distance relative to the universe, the distance between under the Earth's core and the top of Mount Everest, that distance is nothing compared to the expanse of the universe. So why would there be a difference?
So it is.
Is
It
the
is
clock
logical.
slower in space?
Hey Charlie, we can pizzas
Yes.
after this, mate.
They are.
So
Do you know we've gotten away? I mean, we've just run it. We're almost halfway through the show.
that's tragic, isn't it?
So continue on, and I'll give you the wind up when the voice gives me a wind up.
Well, you know how I go back in time?
How do you do that?
I put on a pair of flares and some clogs and walk down the street and I'm back in the 70s.
All right.
Mate,
are still in
I'm
the
telling you, it's
70s.
not a pretty sight.
So
One minute to go, boys.
it is possible to assume then that time is related to intensity of gravity, because the gravity
Okay.
is stronger near the center of the Earth compared to the periphery of the Earth, where it's more diffused. Now, if we were to then relate time to
Jonesy's.
10, 9, 8.
All right, I'll tell you what, we'll go to a break and we'll come back because we really have to spend some serious time on this, viewers. So just stick around. We'll be back in a moment. And welcome to the second half of the show. We're continuing our discussion about time, light, gravity, and other interesting topics. RJ's here with Charlie, Jonesy, and also Giuseppe, who's remained very quiet during the proceedings.
This has been very interesting, though.
Very interesting, according to Giuseppe. We've got the voice upstairs. The voice
I'm stunned.
dropped in by police helicopter earlier. RJ, we're going to continue our discussions about time travel, but I suppose the first thing we need to do is define, well, what is time?
Absolutely. Now, we mentioned in the first half that time is affected by gravity, and
That's me alarm clock.
now
Yeah. Mate, like I believe you've got an alarm clock. How late were you for the show tonight?
20 minutes.
Thank you. Sorry. Continue on.
no trouble. So, I would put out a notion that time is a density gradient of space modulated at a frequency.
I had one of them with the wheels fell off.
That's right. Okay. That actually went over the top. I didn't quite get all that. Could you repeat it?
Absolutely. So, we're talking.
I'm only joking.
Don't bother.
Continue on.
So, just to explain that phrase, that gravity is time is a gradient of density of space modulated to a frequency, and
Jeez, I got itchy balls. you get itchy balls
I was
sometimes?
just going to say, do you reckon Superman knew that when he saved Lois? You know, he flew around the world really quick and made the world go backwards. and
Hey, I
brought
remember
Lois
that.
back to life.
Did you see that show?
yes, I'm
Was that possible?
wanting to continue.
If you reverse the planet, will it make things go backwards?
That was a lot of cobblers, wasn't it? Because he was flying around the Earth and he made the Earth spin backwards, and because the Earth, I mean, what do you think? If the Earth actually spun backwards,
We'd all
would
fall off.
time go backwards
No,
as
we'd
well?
fall off.
I don't think so.
No, we would just all fly off the planet, and
I think somebody's off the
that's
planet.
the most
That's not
sensible
me.
thing I've heard all night. Sorry, continue on, RJ.
okay. So,
Captivated.
knowing that, now how would we build a practical time machine?
How big would it have to be?
See Michael
Well,
Jackson.
obviously big enough to fit someone in it. Otherwise, what's the point of it?
No, it
No,
doesn't
but are
have
you
to-
looking at truck size? Are you looking at house size?
Toilet size.
That's an interesting point.
You
And
could probably
how
get-
much would something like that cost?
You probably get an
RJ?
old caravan and just
$2 shop.
like gut the caravan out so you can put some.
yeah, you got got an annex on your time machine and a gas bottle.
Well, I was only trying to be like,
You idiot!
just in case I landed somewhere where a nice campsite. Hey, have some fish.
What a damn good idea.
it's
Actually,
not a bad
Jonesy's
idea.
right. If you've got a time machine,
You might as well
you want to
make
you want to have all the amenities, don't you?
Make it comfy.
if you need to go to the bog, you got your bog right there.
I don't like where this is going. Continue on.
Toilet humour.
We're talking about
Yeah, out of the gutter. Out of the gutter, everybody. Get out of the toilet. And
Continue.
so, gravity being a gradient of space, and space actually collapsing inside the matter, and continuous flow of space into the matter is what's causing gravity.
See,
Now, I mentioned that we need to modulate space with a frequency, and that frequency determines the time that we are in.
Oh, sorry, I'm just taking notes. Sorry.
Absolutely.
you can't write.
Or breathe.
Or read.
So what we're saying is that if you take an object and you put it inside a, say, magnetic field, which is oscillating with...
Sorry.
That like a speaker? Like like a loudspeaker? You know, it's got a big
No, just
magnet on it,
from
and a loudspeaker.
Electromagnetic, so
Magnet?
just a coil. And then we make this coil pulsate at a particular frequency now, so that
It's like a vibrator, you pop that.
Charlie's pretty good at making things pulsate.
Usually himself.
oh, that's cruel.
Last time I saw him against the car, I don't know what he was doing, but
Hey, the car started
You had the
though.
solution in hand.
No, that's not good.
Oh no! Out of the gutter, boys.
Okay. The pulsating, the car.
So we put an object in a pulsating uniform magnetic field, and depending on the frequency we choose, that object should be transported to the frequency of the time.
AM or FM? Like frequency.
Is that plus GST?
I just know what
Oh,
it is.
you'd be going back in time so there wouldn't be any GST. That's an interesting point. The voice, have you thought of that?
I'm trying to think, but it's hard.
There'd be no... It's gone hard, has it? Well, mate, I'll get you a cold spoon.
So I've got a question, right? Say, right, you went back in time, and
You would
had
be
with
eaten
you...
by dinosaurs if you go back too far.
Yeah, no,
I
that's
don't want to
right.
run into my mother-in-law
No,
again.
not
Can you,
that far.
can you get like a caravan made out of like really thick steel? Dinosaurs.
But say, right, say you went back in time in your caravan, and then you went when you accidentally killed the dude that invented caravans. Would your caravan disappear? Would it work like
That's
that?
an interesting point.
You should be watching Back to the Future.
That's
Hold
why.
up here!
Yeah, but what about gas? Going back in time, because you need gas for the gas bottle on the Barbie.
What are you
For the
saying? If you
caravan?
killed the person who invented gas, isn't gas a natural resource? The voice.
It depends on how many baked beans you
That's
eat.
right. You produce quite a bit of it, don't you? Actually, you could just come along and you could just produce your own gas bottle.
Correct.
Sorry. Okay. What were we talking about?
We're talking about would the caravan disappear if we killed
Yes.
the
The
thing?
dude that invented caravans.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, it wouldn't.
What? I don't get that.
Neither do I.
You remember when?
The guy
You remember when he went back in time and Biff had become really rich,
Oh, yes,
Yeah.
that's
right?
right.
Because old Biff went back in time and gave young
book.
Biff the almanac.
Almanac, yeah.
And young Biff bet on all the races and won a lot of money.
Yeah.
Now,
And he was like
He would have
mega
been a rich
loaded. And
Yeah.
yeah.
have you seen that movie?
I've seen that movie.
Okay, you know what I'm talking about.
I know what you're talking about.
I mean, these are the questions that the spewers at home want to know
Well,
the answers
well,
to.
is it worth going back in time?
Have we got an email site, by the
Could
way?
I go back in time?
Why do we
buy
have to
heaps
go
of-
back? Why can't we go
We
forward?
can get the viewers to email us.
I don't see that.
You get one of
why
those
you couldn't.
skateboards that you sort of stand on and just zoom around.
The scooters,
Yeah.
the motorised one.
The
With the
hoverboards.
skate with the one that gravity.
Yeah, the
gravity.
gravity,
No, it's
yeah.
one of gravity. It's,
So if we see you riding around with one of those scooters and that, we'll see you 20 years. Is that the whole point?
well, that's what I was thinking of.
Okay. Well, with that hat, you could go back in time and fight in the Second World War,
Yeah.
and you'd fit right in, Jonesy, wouldn't he, Charlie?
What if
He'd
I
look
turned it
really
around
good
like
on
that?
the wrong end of a bullet.
Is there a song that goes along with that hat?
You won't be chasing Sheila. Contract.
The sheep of Grubby Creek.
Sorry, mate.
Can we go back to the time
Do you
machine?
reckon
Sorry.
Doctor Who had a good idea with his TARDIS, his phone box time machine? Because that'd be
Doctor Who?
handy. 'cause
I never watched Doctor Who.
He goes through time.
Did you ever watch it? Mm-hmm. No, I didn't watch it.
He goes through time, and if you don't know where you are, you can just ring someone straight away.
Exterminate.
That's a good idea.
Exterminate.
Actually, if you took a mobile phone back in time and rang someone, let's say you went back to the dinosaurs, if you rang someone, would they answer?
They couldn't pick it up because they only had paws.
So, please continue on, RJ.
What was I saying?
Have you been time travelling?
No.
Do you know anyone that has?
No, I don't.
Ah.
That's a lie. Because I know that Giuseppe here is from another world.
He travelled from
He doesn't
Italy.
actually speak English.
What are you talking about?
He sounded Chinese then. There's nothing wrong with that, is it?
No, not at all.
Okay.
I always had a hunch, like
Yeah,
Back
I've
to the
noticed.
Future. When he went back and then he didn't have the fuel. to
Who
get
went back though? Oh, Michael J.
Michael
Fox.
J. Fox.
Yeah. Well, actually,
Could
that
they-
wasn't his name. His name was Marty.
McFly. Hello, McFly.
Yeah. So what would this thing run on? Would it run on vegetables or
What are they going to...
gas or?
That's an interesting point. What would it run on?
Oh, muscle generator.
Muscle generator.
Yeah,
Would you have to crank it up?
Yeah,
and get it going.
that's it.
That seems a bit,
I think
sort of...
RJ's gone from a very scientific approach to just sitting back going, yeah, whatever. Whatever you
I give up.
Once again, we've turned a quite a legitimate guest into a...
Raven lunatic.
I think he was talking about pedalling a bike, weren't you? Like you pedal a bike while you're on the time machine.
I won the jackpot.
But like, how do you know when to stop pedaling? Because like you might go into the red and then it starts, and then
And you
like,
might go too far. You might miss your stop.
yeah,
Didn't you?
That's right. Well, that's why I said the old one was good because you pull the crank lever to go to 1884, and the crank lever would stop at 1884. And you'd be
That's right. If
there.
you were aiming for 1955, you could go past and go into 1700 or
That's
something.
right. Yeah, and you could push the machine like 10 metres further, so that in case you got blocked in that part where, what was it, they got caught in the old time machine movie, they got caught with the wardroom, big ugly beast.
I want to go to the year
Make sure
7-Eleven. I want to see whether those stores were invented then. Isn't that when they were invented?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was
Continue
really
on.
hard though.
RJ, I
Sorry.
was going to call you DJ there for a second, but
No,
that
no,
wouldn't
no.
be a good idea.
No. I lost the plot. Where did I stop?
No, you didn't lose the plot, mate. We lost the plot.
Oh, okay.
But I know.
Do you think- can I ask you a
there's 1
question?
minute to go.
Do you think there are
Can we
any
just
like...
think about the commercial break? We're really getting stuck into
Yeah,
some...
I think 31 should let us continue on. Viewers at home, ring in now and tell 31 what you think.
Banned again.
Ask the speaker, what's her name?
Oh, that's no. Let's leave it there.
No. Go ahead, RJ.
Go ahead with what? You haven't asked him anything.
Okay. A quick wrap up. We've got 30 seconds left. A quick wrap up. What do you want to say to the viewers at home? Just a quick final couple of words.
Go through to number 2, camera.
Straight through.
Straight through the lens.
You're putting on a
Buy a
spot.
caravan now before everyone else goes out and buys one.
Invest in caravans.
10 seconds, boys.
Look, thank you very much, viewers. It's been a pleasure having our esteemed guest RJ on tonight with Charlie, Jonesy, and Giuseppe, and we'll catch you next week on NAG.